Nagapan, today we would not have time to go through the Pratiniti Yatra, but as a part of Pratiniti Yatra, she asked me to go to Trichandur and did a wonderful homa on behalf of all of you. That was done in March, just 2 months ago. So you're all there. I took a wonderful, wonderful homa in Trichandur. You must have been there, wonderful place. But this particular yagna was special for this time. For the reconstruction time, we need lots of energy to counteract the asuric energy in the world, which will prevent us, would not let us do what she given us. So we have to do our best to take it. Towards that end, we do all this construction. We have wonderful deities. Some of them you would never even heard of. She had given us all information, and we will do it as well as we can. Karthikeya is the most important aspect of Mother, most powerful aspect of Mother, because he came to control asuras. So for us, at this time, we need his aspect the most. Symbolically, he slayed Surapadman, Taragasuran, and Simhambugan. These are mighty beings. They are not ordinary asuras. They are mightiest asuras. Who is their mother? Maya is her mother. So naturally, they came from the highest. Our mother is Mahamaya. She's on top of everything. But next to that would be the Maya. Maya created the whole thing. And she created them for us. Strange. Why would she create them for us? Because we need the challenge. We need to know what is bad. If these powerful beings don't represent them, we would not know the depth of it. It's very, very symbolic, very, very meaningful. And Devas is created, Asuras are created, we are created, all the life forms are created. So this is a drama. It's a battle between Asuras and Devas. And it seems Asuras always seem to lose in the final battle, because the Asuric energy is very intense. For instance, the hate is more intense than love. However nice, pleasant love can be, it cannot make the anger, the horror of Asuric energy. So mythologically, you will see Mother has to come and help them. Tirumurtis cannot do it. They will do it, but sometime they fail. One example would be Navaratri time. We go through the whole battle and all the Asuric energy. But these three are mighty, mighty Asuric energy. Each one of them would be comparable to those Asuras, which we see Sumba, Nusumba, we slay them in Navaratri time. Each one is symbolic. The names are very meaningful. The names are their emotion. They're all emotional. Pure emotions of life forms. I'm not just saying human, any life form. The intense emotions, both positive and negative, our Vedas, Upanishads, given them a form. So we can relate to them. So essentially, we personify divine. We personified Mother as Mahamari, as so many names, 1,000 names in Sahasrana. That's all personification of that emotion. Mothers would be the highest one. So the mythology is, when Devas repeatedly gets lost, they go to Shiva and said, you got to create. Then Shiva said, I will work with Mother and then create the energy. So through the Tehas is the intense energy, through his third eye, Ajna Chakra, 6 sparks. That means they're the most intense aspect of Shiva Bhagavan, with Shakti too, but it comes out of Shiva Bhagavan as 6 sparks. And they're so intense energy, nothing can handle them. Vayu and Agni try to take them, they gave it to Ganga, and Ganga Devi cannot handle. So they took them and put it in Saravana Poigai. That's why one of the name is Saravana Bhava. There are 6 babies, 6 sparks. Then the coalesced together, and Mother Parvati came and took care of them, and then 6 Karthikeya. What is scientific aspect? Among the 27 constellations in our universe, we don't know all of it. Science knows maybe 13 constellations, but there are 27. The third constellation is Kartika. Kartika is very powerful. Each constellation has thousands and thousands of suns, not one or two suns, thousands of suns, huge constellation. And the energy of Karthikeya is here as Muruga, because that mighty asuras needed that. Nothing else could conquer them. What would have happened if Mother doesn't intervene or Shiva Bhagavan doesn't intervene? What will happen is the world will be a terrible place. There won't be any society. There will be only asuric energies, hate, love. The mother will throw children, children will throw the mother. There won't be any societal balance. In other words, life cannot exist. Our evolution cannot go on. We are supposed to go up and up and up, all the way to her. That is ultimate aim, to realize ourself. That is our Atman. That's the only aspect of Mother in us. The rest of it is just a shell. It's all going to go soon. But I use that shell and enhance myself, enhance my consciousness, go to higher level of consciousness. This house of her is the place where you can. What do I mean by higher level of consciousness? You can go to the level of Yakshinis, Mohinis, Devatas, and this her. You can go all the way. To do that, you have to have significant help, because we are very, very low level of, very rudimentary consciousness. We have, among the life forms in this world, we are the highest. I didn't say universe, I said in this world, we are the highest. There will be thousands and thousands and millions of worlds. In our galaxy alone, there are billions of world like that, and life forms exist. People ask me, does ET exist, extraterrestrial exist? I tell them all the time, we see them here, extraterrestrial. They ask me, what do you mean, how do they look? They are cosmic energies. Some of you have felt them, many of you are feeling them. As time goes on, you'll all feel them. They'll talk to you, they'll connect to you, because she's very personal. You are blessed to be here, to be invited to our house, and let me share some information with you. So more you hear, more you understand. So this is a house of her. It's not structure. It's a dynamic house of hers, and she manifested million forms. One of the highest one would be Karthikeya, because he is a protector. And we used to survive these emotions. Who are they? If you take Tarakasura, take Simamuha, very mighty asuras. He would be karmic doer. In other words, all the karmic functions, he would be the one who will mediate. So he represents that. Then Tarakasura will represent the energy, and other one would represent our ego, our persona, our ego, which is what we are, the jiva. The jiva to exist needs the mind, body, intellect, and the ego. And what happens is the ego becomes so powerful, it becomes self-sustaining. And all these mighty beings, I'm talking about asuras, they go to the highest level, but they forget they're all creations of her. That's why symbolically, the mother of these three asuras is Maya. So our Vedas and Upanishads and Itihasas, they're very deep. They use the words, they use the name, they're very meaningful. They have a meaning behind each name. And so that's how Karthikeya's birth. And Visakha star, today is not Visakha, Wednesday was Visakha, we celebrated, and he has given us another chance today to celebrate again. You can celebrate him every day, because Visakha, I'm looking at Mangal from here, and Mangala is very, very intense. Those planets are very intense. They hurt you or they help you. And when they hurt you, and all the pain, suffering comes through them. All your perceptions. I'm looking at Mangal. My Mangal is weak. It's on 12th house. It's not weak, but it's more spiritual. It would not let me enjoy earthly thing. It will, but ultimately it will make me go through some pain and suffering, without which I would not evolve. So it's all needed. So when I look at Mangal, when things get very bad, very hard, I think of Karthikeya, because he is a lord of Siva. So if you have any Siva dosham or whatever, you come to Karthikeya and then invoke, you come to Mangal and invoke Karthikeya. He's a lord of Mars. Mars is a very intense planet. And I'm sure all of you have different levels. I don't know. Some of you may have a Mars dosha, Mangal dosha, and it does cause problems. Luckily for me, it's a Lord of Lucknow. My Lord of Lucknow itself is Mars, and he is sitting with Saturn. Saturn and Mars are enemies. Are they truly enemies? Can these beings be inimical? No, they are disharmonious. So we say enemies, Saturn and Mars. And unfortunately, or fortunately for me, they are sitting in Lucknow. There must be a meaning behind, because I have to learn, I have to persevere, I have to survive. There's no pain, there's no gain. So they give me the ability to persevere. Ultimately, Mother comes and helps. And like I said, Mother told me most important story, very simple story. She said, your card is dealt at the time of birth. Nothing can change it. I'm given the cards, I have to play with the card. She has a card, same card she gave, same card she gave me. But she might help her to play the card better than me. That comes from grace, divine grace, Karthikeya's grace, all the deity. The word is grace. Grace is something given to you. Can you earn it? Not one lifetime. Many, many thousand lifetimes we can. And that grace manifests at one time, and she would come and take you. This presence of us here, it's a grace. Because that much of magnificent care and affection offered towards our devotee is magnificent. It's unbelievable. Sending me to so many places and making me do the yatra, pratiniti yatra, and so personal information about those rishis, where they meditated, what they did, how to make them come here, how to make them bless you. It's something unbelievable. You won't read it in mythology. She has done it here. So he said, my children, I want them to get the best they can and go to the highest level of evolution, the soul evolution. So that much of grace, I watch it, I go through it, I'm a participant, but it's very, very hard for me to believe. How can divine, who's trillion level higher than us, would even know us? The Earth is 1 of 100 billion in our galaxy. They keep counting more and more. Now they almost come to 700 million, almost a billion. So that many, and each galaxy has equal or more, because our Milky Way galaxy is not a big galaxy. It's an average, small, I would say. That has that many. You can imagine there are hundreds of billions of galaxies, and she is sitting on top of it and thinks and creates. One thought is one universe. There will be billions and billions of it. And if she creates the universe, don't you think she'll have a plan for that universe? Would you build a house without having a plan? You won't. You have a purpose in building a house. So she is building a house, she'll have a purpose. She'll put something in it. Some form. It may not be us. It may not be even carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen particle. It may be totally different chemical, silicon, whatever. But it will have a conscience. And if you have conscience, you are life form. You may not have this body. Here there's so many yakshinis, mohinis. They're all high beings. So they are alive. But they don't have this rudimentary body. See how rudimentary this body is? Heart pumping, lungs bellowing, blood flowing, very rudimentary. Not a sophisticated body. Higher realm, we don't need this. So we become spirit particles. So the supersensual beings, this place is full of them. Yakshinis, Mohinis, Vidyadharas, Gandharvas, all are supersensuous beings. They don't need a physical body, but they are very, very active. Many rishis, when I go and meet them, they are here. They are here. They lived long ago, 5,000, 10,000, one of them 20,000 years ago. They have meditated in those areas, but they are all in Jiva Samadhi. Their energy doesn't dissipate. It may be less, but it's still there. And Mother wants us to receive them. Can you imagine this kind of planning? Only Divine Mother can do that. To know that and to recruit somebody to do this part, go and do it. So 2 months ago in Tiruchendur, we did a very special homa for Karthikeya. And the reason she said is the world is going to go through more crisis, and we need to bring energy, highest energy, like Karthikeya. So those 6 babies became one, and then the story started. At the time of creation itself, this story is all done, and we are acting out. So, and the story, the script is written, and the script is directed, acted, and acted by us. We are the actors, and we are the directors to some degree. So he is a mighty being, and all the Asuric elements, 3 of them, he has killed million of them. And also you should remember others who are involved with Karthikeya. Veerabhagu, you should remember, Veerabhagu Deva. That's a very high cosmic energy. He assisted Karthikeya. So you think of him. Bogasiddha, you should think of him. Anytime you think of Karthikeya, think of Boga. Boga probably lived for a millennia, because he's supposed to have started Chinese and Japanese culture. Agastya Maharishi is there. They are all together. Karthikeya, Agastya Maharishis, Bogasiddha, Nakira. Nakira, you heard of Nakira? Nakira, 2,000 years ago. He wrote beautiful songs. You might have sang that, I don't know, Tirupugar, Arunagirinathar, Nakira, Kumar Gurubarar. These names are important because they lived. So you should know them. I should think about them. And you can read about them. You can, some of the songs you sang must be Arunagirinathar, Tirupugar songs, must be. So there's so much written about Karthikeya, and so many sang such a wonderful devotional songs. You see the meaning of what you sang. They're very precious. You had that much affection, that much love for Karthikeya. When you have that much, your consciousness is going to receive him, because you have that much adoration, that much love. So basically all this goes to the mind. Ultimately, that's what perceives. Unfortunately, our mind is lower mind. Our mind is not the higher state. Vijnanamaya. Vijnanamaya is a higher mind. But we are in dirt. We are in the lower level, and we are slowly going. And once the self is realized, then you see the reality. To do that, she comes, builds a house for us, builds all the needed intermediaries. This is something you can't even comprehend. You can have it only if you have so much grace. That means you have asked for it probably thousands and thousands and thousands of lives. Have you lived that many lives? According to Krishna Bhagavan, to Arjuna, he said you have lived 840,000. That means almost close to 1 million lifetimes. So you accumulated, you would have asked for this. And in this life, you are given the chance. And this day you come, because Visakam star, today is not Visakam, Wednesday was Visakam star, but the power of that energy will still be there. It's just a few days after Wednesday. So that power helps, and if you have a Nicha, malefic Mangal, that would help. I'm sure some of you would have, I have. It's not uncommon to have a Nicha. Mine is with Saturn. Saturn is very tough, and Saturn is malefic, is very bad. If you have Saturn malefic and Mars malefic, you most likely would be all life, would be doing cleaning, bathroom cleaning, that kind of life. Be pitied by people, be looked down on people. You're of no consequence. There's so many cleaning people. But to me, everyone has consequence. Every life form to that mother of that person is very important. But I'm just showing you how she's given a bad card, but she taught me how to play it. So I know how to play it. And nobody would even know or imagine I would have that planets. And trust me, the planets are real. They are 100% perfect. The way they behave, the way they run your life, you can predict. So a good astrologer, most of them are not. And astrology is very complex. There's so much interactions. It's very difficult to know exactly what your life story will be. But generally you would know. And some of us here knows astrology. I'm sure Dr. Ravi knows astrology. He knows himself. So coming back to Karthikeya, so he slayed them. The final day he slayed Sashti, is Surapadman. He was the mightiest one. The reason is he used ego. He is it. Everything manifest is through him. So naturally he would be the mightiest one. But when he was slain, he wanted to be just to be able to serve. Right? So he took him as his vehicle, as his flag. Even that is very meaningful. The peacock is very meaningful. Tell me when I come close to it. Peacock is very meaningful because the peacock secret is connected to what Karthikeya told Shiva. Shiva Bhagavan asked him, tell me the secret of Pranava. And Brahma, of course, could not say it. And that's a long story. So he told Shiva in his ear secretly. And one of the secrets is connected to colors. Colors are energy. Science knows it. All the colors you see are energy, different forms. Deities have that. Like Mother Meenakshi will be green, Parashakti would be red, Saraswati would be white. Those colors are very meaningful. They have their own energy. The secrets with Pranava, and Pranava other secret, there's 96 Tattvas in Pranava. And they are Agara, Ugara, Magara. Agara have 8 Tattvas, Magara will have 2 Tattvas, Agara, Ugara will have 2 Tattvas, Magara will have 8 Tattvas. The intermingling and the combination was 96 Tattvas. In the 96, whole universe is there. There's nothing exists beyond this Tattva, 96 Tattva. That comes from Pranava. That's the way it's divided. Agara, Ugara, Magara. So all the secrets Pranava has. That's why they say, you keep on saying Om, you will get knowledge. Say it maybe 100 million times in your lifetime. New knowledge would come. It's not the sound, it's a vibration, it's a raga, it's a rasa. All of them has in that. And the fundamental sound would be Om. And other religions have Christianity as Amen, Islam as Amin. All of them have figured out there is something in that words. And Tattvas come out with that. Whereas in our tradition is more scientific. They analyze all the Tattvas, how they manifest. Whereas in other tradition, they know that sound but not the real meaning, the depth of it. Ours, our rishis have given us, but it'll take many lifetimes to really analyze and know it. The simplest would be just have faith and love and affection. And endearment. That's why you call him so lovingly as Muruga. Muruga really means most beautiful, undecaying energy is Muruga. So you call, there's so many names, Karthikeya, Skanda, all those names, so many beautiful descriptive names of him. So on this day, Visakam star, you think of him because he came on that star, you think of him, and we do in a very simplistic way, we do the function, we do Abhishekam. I did the Homa in Trichandur. In Abhishekam, you saw it. Abhishekams are very important because you engulf him with your love in the form of food. in the form of various fruits. You see how many fruits we use. Through that, you engulf him, your affection, your love. That is a meaning with Abhishekam. So when you watch Abhishekam, you become that deity to some degree. And you imagine in your mind, you are sitting there and they are doing the Abhishekam to you. So you try to become that deity, whoever the deity you are doing Abhishekam. That is a fundamental meaning. That's the right way. But nobody does it. You sit there, you watch it. But your mind should be very, very concentrating. And today, Karthikeya, think of all the things Karthikeya accomplished. Who all were involved with him? Who all helped the world to receive him? All this thought process should be going on when you sit in front of Homa. Homa is the highest form. Next will be Abhishekam. Then will be prayer. Then it will be Tattvas. You're at home, you do Tattvas. You keep on repeating certain mystical sounds, understanding the meaning. If you do that, then you know the meaning. Otherwise, simply saying that, yes, it will give you, ultimately, it will come into you, maybe in 20 years, in 30 years. But there is benefit when you do tapas. And the repetition of that word is very important. That's why they say, saying Rama, Rama, Rama is more important than seeing Rama. You know the meaning behind it? If Rama comes in front of you, you get so thrilled, you won't even know what to do, and by the time he's gone. Whereas when you keep on repeating his name, thinking of his life, what he represented, it's always there. You're going to see him continuously. That's the meaning behind saying Rama's name is more effective than seeing Rama. You see the reason why? It's very logical. If he comes, he'll be so awed, he won't even have time to think about him. He comes and goes. But you keep on repeating Rama's name and thinking what all he did, what is the purpose of his birth. It's all symbolic. They have a meaning behind. And you think of them. That is them. So when you see Rama, you think of Hanuman, the humility, all those things. So thought, mind is very important. In this place, there's many Akshini will come and communicate with you. They are communicating with you. You just don't know. You're not cognizant of the fact. When you're sitting here, she would come here and cook and give food. But that is tapas for her. So in that process, she'll be talking to the Akshini, the Devata. She may not know that at that time. She's busy cooking and feeding you, and takes all the, how much she gets by the Annapurni is very important. And she is given that gift. It's not something I gave it to her. Something Mother had given it to her. That is her destiny, to be able to do that. So all of you, anything you can do, touch her and participate with her, take it. There's so much of grace here. But you got to, anything you have to give, to take, receive. If you don't consume it. Your Atman won't consume it. You will take it. You are greedy, you want to take all it. But Atman will say, no, stop. What have I done to that Paramatman? So Atman is pure. There is no cheapness in it. You want something, you want to give something. And now is the most blessed time. Participating in a temple is very, very auspicious. Very few get a chance. You get to go to temple, you go to do the puja. Participating in the construction, you have to be blessed. You cannot have it unless thousands of lifetime you wanted it. Now it's given to you. And particularly when she's enhancing it with a beautiful concept, we will have a model here soon. You can see very, very, very deep mystical information in the temple. And that time you are here to participate. And that is a gift. You cannot have it. For many thousands of lifetime you have to ask, and it's given. So don't waste it. Whatever you can, anything, paint, give it $10, whatever you can, whatever maximum you can, you give it, because this is one time. By next year, we'll be done, end of next year. In that meantime, she would have built the house. She would have built the house through us. So take advantage of it. Tell everyone, let them, because this is something precious. It's like a gold mine. She has given it to us. Let's share it. Let's tell others too. There's a gold mine. Take some gold. But when you go to gold mine, you got to have some pots and pans, right? So bring some pots and pans. What is a pots and pans? Your love, your affection, your sacrifice, all those are like pots and pans. Take it, take all the gold and go. Am I right? It's a gold mine. So share it with as many people as you want. In whichever way, like she cooks and feeds us. That is her blessing. You can think of many other things. Shiva and all those people volunteer. They work very hard. But what they get in return is so much, is unbelievable gift. And I feel it because I see it. I go all the places. It's very difficult. This time I thought I'm not going to make it because it's very high in the Himalayas. And I'm not 30, 40 years ago I would have. But now it's getting hotter and the oxygen level goes down. So I thought I'm going to go. But I know till it's done, she'll keep me around. So that faith I have. But you can't go by that. You have to be scientific too. If you go to high altitude, you got to keep some oxygen with you. And Dr. Keski bought the oxygen, gave it to me here. I left it. I said, no, I don't need it. That time I thought, this is the last breath I'm taking. And she brought it. Do you know Dr. Keski? Because when Mother appeared, she appeared to her too, and she didn't know who she was. I knew she's Divine Mother, exactly which form I did. Then we found out there's Adi Parashakti. Asked Mother Meenakshi. She came. It's all a long story. And we will give more information as time goes on. So this place is a very unique place. And today we are celebrating Karthikeya, who is the most powerful deity. And with him, with your affection and faith in him, any difficulty, it'll go away. You'll persevere. However bad it seems that time, you'll come, he'll protect you. And she has given her house so you can come and visit him. Because it is her son, but all one. All this trillion forms of earth is one. Starting with Tirumurtis all the way down to one cell organism. That's why I say people, be kind to anything, not just human, any life form. Because that life is Atman, and that form has that. And what can we do to Mother? What does she need from us? Can you think of anything she needs from us? She is the universe. How can she need anything? But one question posed to me by one action was that, what can you do for her? I said, I will share her. I will share her with anyone I can, anyone I know, human, animal, anything. I will share the grace. That is our mission, to share her grace with humanity so they can explore and experience. Do you know the meaning of that? Maharishi Vasishta is standing there. He begged, please let me experience and explore. And she said, no, I come to you. Just enjoy me. Don't ask for that. Don't ask me to. Then I think Mahakali said, no, don't, because he won't exist. Rama is coming soon. You have to be there as his guru. He'll be coming soon. So don't ask for it. But he is insistent. Then ultimately they said, go and ask Saraswati. Lakshmi tried, she couldn't. Ma Saraswati took him to Vaikuntha at the time of creation. That I won't share with you, because I'm not supposed to. Because that's, people won't understand that. It's a very mystical act, and she showed it to him, and he was happy. That is called exploring and experiencing. Humans cannot do that, because you would walk away from life, because after that there's nothing you would care. Your husband, your father, your children, all becomes very meaningless, because it's an illusion. You would know it. It's an illusion. But that society cannot exist. You need something to believe in, something, and that is needed. So this illusion truly is not an illusion. It's an illusion which makes us grow. So I believe it. I have pain, I have pity on people, I have sympathy, empathy. Empathy is a very good word. Think of empathy, that's a very good word. Sympathy is okay. Anyway, all these emotions, feel them, experience them. Are they real? To me, it's real. But I know all the time I'm an observer, and she's teaching me using that illusion. But is it truly illusion? No. I feel the pain, you feel the pain, you feel the happiness, you feel the pleasure. They're all true. But you still know, ultimately, only thing real is her. Nothing else is real. And she is in me. So I have to explore and experience. To do that, only temples and pujas and rituals, all our ancients started it. So through that you can experience. But this is something like that doesn't exist anywhere. To explore and experience her the way she has given us a chance, that has to be extreme affection, extreme kindness, and extreme your wish for probably a million years. You must have been asking, I want to know you. And she has given you a chance. Is it time? 10 more minutes, okay. So Karthikeya is a very powerful aspect. He's in all of us. And at times of trouble, you invoke him. And of course, ultimately, his mother, she would come as Karthikeya, depending on your need. But you have to still recognize the other side, the evil. I don't like to use the word evil, because anything created by Divine Mother, how can that be evil? Evil cannot exist. When Divine exists, evil cannot exist. So when people ask you, where is that God? Show me the God. Your answer should be, show me where she's not there. She's everywhere, so I cannot show you. She's in everything. Even evil, you call it evil because that is judgmental. What we consider evil in this world, some other world may not. They have different yardsticks, different guidelines. But anything created is created by one. That's the Divine Mother. Pure consciousness became trillion. She wanted experience. If she's only one, how can she experience? So she became trillion. Trillions and trillions, a different form. So she can experience. In other words, be kind to her. Treat her kindly, because she has to take so much things from us and experience purity through us. So be pure. I have said that to some of the devotees, who I tell them, if you want divine, be pure, be kind, be compassionate, be nice. That's all. Purity. But the level of purity they demand is higher than what we can achieve, but we should aim for it. So Nakira, a wonderful thing he wrote, you should read that, those songs, Kumaragurubara, Arunagirinatha. Arunagirinatha is another very strange being. He's a very highly evolved soul. He was actually connected to Bhairava. But the main story, Arunagirinatha's story. But that's a story, there's a reason for that, there's a meaning for that, because he was connected to Bhairava. Why he had to do that? He had to do that. And there's a reason for that. Humans cannot understand. He's a very high being. And he wrote so much content you're singing, understanding Karthikeya. And if you sing that with the knowledge what you're singing, that'll be a beautiful experience. You'll feel Karthikeya, you'll feel Muruga, and so many. Kumaragurubara is another seer who wrote about Karthikeya. And every year, Visakam time, then we do the Samhara time we do. I think November we do that. Sura Samharam. That's also very meaningful, because there we Samharam, we destroy the evil. So you show how you treat evil. And evil needs to be destroyed, and it is in us. Nobody can say, I don't have evil. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Makshariya, all of them are asuras. And all of them exist in us. Different level. I may have more intensely than you. You may have it something else more intensely. But they all exist, and they're all emotions which we experience. That's why simply put, have faith, know Mother, and know her aspects, like today's Karthikeya aspect. And enjoy the great privilege and the great blessing and the great knowledge she has given us, a chance to know her, chance to see her, see the representation. But I don't know if you believed him, but that is the truth. So that much of kind of, look at the description of that, so nicely, all granite. It has to be in granite, and so fine and so meaningful representation, and we get to see it. Can you imagine how fortunate we will be to be sitting in her house built by her and being rebuilt now with more aspects of her? This is unimaginable. Do you believe this? Any of it? It's believable? Okay. She believes it. I believe it because I see it. But Ravi has been given, he went to Himalayas, he went to Everest, he got many lingams, he found them. So that soul has asked in the past. So this life, people may say, oh, it's not a great life. But he told me, mine is the best life. You know why? Every day morning he comes here on the way back from the hospital, looks at her and goes home. I was thinking, God, I do work so hard, I'm not given that privilege. So he's given that privilege. I'm happy for you. But I don't come for function. But I do my prayogam. In prayogam, you do react to them. Prayogam is different. Yoga is different. Yoga, you go deep and then join with the Paramatman. In prayogam, you become a worker. You're an employee. Do job. You have a job to do, and you do the job. In that process, she has to teach you. If I'm going to build your house, you got to teach me everything. What chemical I have to use, what mixture. So that she doesn't have a choice. She has to let me see that. So that's an advantage, but it's very, very difficult. I don't know how I do them. It's a gift. She recruited you, and she would make sure you get it. But this yatra I had 3 months ago, wonderful. Even Trichandur, the experience with Karthikeya was a wonderful experience. Thanks. Anything else? Regarding Karthikeya energy, they know that's a primal energy, and it's actually more intense than Shiva himself, because he's the purest aspect of Shiva's, the Tejas. Tejas is the most intense energy of you. Energy of Shiva, and that's what that asuras needed to destroy them. That level of intensity is needed, and Shiva Bhagavan gave it to him. But Bhuneshwari is Parvati, that aspect. She gave him the Shakti Veil. Without Shakti Veil, you couldn't do it. The Shakti Veil is Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti. Valli is Icha Shakti, Devayani is Kriya Shakti. Jnana Veil, the veil is Jnana. Finest, sharpest wisdom is a veil. So he's a full package. He's got all of it. Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and he's giving it to us. A very meaningful, a very scientific approach. Okay, you need all three. And only with that you can remove the ajnana. Ajnana, because we are in darkness. We are born in darkness. The minute you're born, you're lost, because you're given identity which is not you. But that's all she knows, that's all I know. But with the mother's kindness and all this process of evolution, we overcome that. And that to do that, you have to be greatly blessed. And nothing is given to you. You have asked. As I said, 800 lifetimes, 800,000 lifetimes. Arjuna wanted it. So you are asked that many times, and one lifetime it fructifies. So share it. The only thing you can do for mother is to share her in every way you can. And that's all. What else would she want, would she need? The most blessed thing would be to bring one soul. She told me you can feed thousands of people. Ambani can feed 1 million people. That's fine, but he's feeding mind, body, intellect, ego. That's all. It's not touching me. I had given you the ability to touch me. When you come and do this here, you're touching her. I may be gone, I will be gone, but the Atman always exists, so you did that. That's the smartest way. He said, one soul you save would be equivalent to 1,000 physical bodies, you say. It's good to do that. Good to be kind and do food, health, whatever you can. Share it, that's very good. But sharing something with the soul is something very unique. Unless you are destined to be wise, more than wisdom, you have to know what is reality, what is the aspect of mother in you. If I can touch that and do something for that, that is the best I can do for her. Does it make sense? Very simple. That's what I was asked. I said, I will share. Whatever I can, I'll share with you. That's the best thing, and that's what we are doing. That's what Nagapan is doing, right? Thank you.
Kanayapan is doing that. Thanks a lot, Doctor. Give a big applause for Doctor. He always gives some new information, and there is